Yo, what's going on Twitch? We're back. Welcome to another legendary tabletop live stream. So today we're playing some more Final Girl. We're jumping into Series 2. So we finished Series 1 yesterday. And I believe the first feature film from Series 2 is Evomorph. So if that's right, I mean either way, Evomorph is one of my favorite ones because I think it's based on Alien, and that's probably one of my favorite shows and movies. Like they just came out with this show on Hulu called Alien Earth. Shit was amazing. Um, yeah, I loved it. Real good, real good. But anyway, we're almost set up here. Let's check it out. We got the table. Welcome to the table. Couple more things to do here yet. Some special setup definitely because we've got a lot of cards that I'm not recognizing from any other feature films. So let's get into it, right? Let's start with the USS Konrad. So that's going to be our location, and we can see what this says. All right, we got special setup. We will start with two. Just has like a token there. Oh, I think these are data cards or something. So we start with two of these. You will start with two of these tokens on the board. Each setup card will indicate where to place them. Oh, okay, fair enough. All right, so we need two of those. Place the super loader item card next to your play area and place the super loader item token in the hanger. All right, here's two of the tokens. Super loader item. Oh, there's a bunch of these tokens actually. These are from Evomorph. Excuse me. And these are the ones I'm looking for. Wow, lots of tokens, right? We got tokens, and more tokens. Okay. So a bunch of these chip tokens, I'm just going to put them all in the same spot. Here's the super loader item token, so that goes in the hanger. Okay. Then we have these other chip tokens. What the hell is this? Okay, another chip. Alright, so really there's only 4 other tokens besides the chip and the hanger token. Not bad. Alright, I'm going to stack these over here. It says you start with 2 of them on the board. Yikes. Oh, the item card next to your play area and place the token in the hanger. So there should be a super loader item also. Aha. Here's some key cards. Super loader item. Bonus item deck? Is that where that goes? Next to your play area. Should we just put it in our backpack? That would be sick, right? Alright, we'll just start it there. I don't really know. Alright. Place 1 keycard item in your inventory and place a token on it. Alright, that's in our backpack? Sure. Put a token on there. Alright, so the key card says, place a token on this card. When you take it, during the action phase, you may place a token on the maintenance card if your current space has a purple settings button or an adjacent maintenance shaft. So if we look at the location board a little closer, They're talking about these spaces with the maintenance shafts, or if it has the purple. So it is hard to see, that's for sure. But these purple settings are what they mean. So if you're at this location, you may place a key card on the maintenance card. Oh, okay. So during the action phase, you may place a key card token on the maintenance card. Okay, we haven't even looked at the maintenance card yet, so let's keep reading. Place 2 key card item cards next to your play area. So I don't really know. Feature film special cards. We got a spot for that. We'll stick them over here. Those don't get tokens. Where are we gonna put the tier board, dude? Like with this one, we actually are running out of space, right? There's too much stuff going on. I guess we rarely get. See, this should be close to me though, right? Maybe we do it over here where I have this fucking rule book. Yeah, that's fine. And then we'll get some tiers. It's just gonna be hard for me to see it. Okay. Where are the tiers? Right here, in front of me. Alright, I'm gonna move this along as fast as I can. Definitely this is like my first time playing Evomorph. I did try it once when it first came out, which would have been kind of a long time ago. Keycards are useful items that can unlock new pathways or activate important ship functions. Alright. If you start or end your movement in a space, not while passing through, that has a key card token on it, you may spend time to take the token. Take one of the keycard item cards that were set aside during setup and place it in your inventory, placing the token on it. Alright, so if we end our space, so we're going to place these tokens out from the setup card, and then if we end our turn in a space that has a token, so it says start or end your turn in a space that has a movement token, or it has a token. But it really only looks like they're in the shafts, so that's a little weird. Take one of the key cards that were set aside during setup and place it in your inventory, placing the key card token on it. Alright, whenever you take a key card item card, either through searching or an event, always place a key card token on top of it. Whenever you use a key card by placing a token on the board or on a maintenance card explained below, always keep the empty key card item card. Empty key card item card in your inventory. You cannot discard an empty key card item card. Key card item card. And if the game instructs you to discard an item card, either randomly or by choice, ignore that. Ignore them for that purpose. Is the wording in this like special, or is it me? Okay, then once placed either on the board or a maintenance card, you cannot retrieve any key card tokens unless a game effect instructs you to. It does not cost time to use a key card, and place a key card token on it. So just cost time to pick them up then. Fair enough. Maintenance shafts. There are 4 maintenance shafts on the board, each with an empty key card token connected to it. Neither you nor victims can pass through these shafts as long as they are inactive. If you are adjacent to an inactive maintenance shaft, you can place an available keycard token on it to activate it, which will allow you to freely travel through it along with any victims that are following you. That's going to be important trying to avoid this Evomorph here. You see these little green spaces on the board, so we can't pass through them shafts unless we place a keycard item token card, whatever it's called, on that spot. I know the spots are really hard to see. Maybe if I zoom in, we can see them. Bam. What do you think? All right. So, important. Here comes an important part. Enemies cannot move through maintenance shafts unless a specific card or effect allows them to. Maintenance cards. There are 4 spaces on the ship highlighted in purple and denoted by a purple settings icon. The trash compactor is one of them. Whoa, we got cords hanging out and shit. Look at this. Take care of that cord. Alright, then we have our laptop is in view. Alright, I'm going to keep reading. So there's 4 spaces on the ship highlighted in purple and denoted by a purple settings icon. The trash compactor, the furnace, the hangar, and the bridge. So let's take a look at those. We have the trash compactor here. Now, what was next? The furnace? Right here? This doesn't go any lower, does it? Does my chair go up? Oh yeah, chair goes up. We're good. Much better. Alright. So we got the furnace. Where's the furnace? The furnace is down here. We have the trash compactor. Trash compactor, furnace, hangar, and the bridge. And remember, the hangar has that super loader in it, just like in the movie. A special function can be activated in each of these rooms, indicated on the 3 maintenance cards: the crusher, the incinerator, the airlock, and the self-destruct, respectively. So let's flip those cards. Yeah, they're gonna be hard to see. I don't know what to do. I can't really move myself. Let's flip these. And we'll just stick them like that, right? Is that going to be better? Can we see that? Maybe if we zoom in on the killer board. Not really. Maybe I can move that scene. Give me a second. This is some creepy ass carnival music. Alright, we're gonna pump this mic over too. I think I had this moved. Alrighty then. Let me transition this scene here and see if you can see it better. How's that look? Any better? Okay. Alright, I think we're good. Okay, so it says in order to activate a function, you must be in the purple cogwheel setting space. You cannot be passing through. That corresponds to the function that you want to activate. For example, to activate the incinerator, you would need to be at the furnace. Oh, I see. Um, place enough maintenance or keycard tokens on it to activate it. Each function requires a different number of keycards, and then follow the instructions for that function. So we have the airlock up there. That requires 3 keycard tokens. It says once activated, place the token in the hangar during the action phase. While in the hangar or an adjacent space, you may discard that token and open the airlock, instantly killing everyone in the hangar. If present, the superloader is lost. If the killer dies, reveal the final health token. If they come back to life, place them at the junction. As they manage to grab onto the ship and crawl back in the airlock. That's perfect. That's just like the movie, right? If you're in the hangar when the airlock is opened, roll a die. On a 5 and 6, you manage to survive. Otherwise, you lose the game. Ooh. So we don't want to be in the hangar. How's that possible then? Oh, that's annoying. I keep bumping my head on this mic. Move my seat over a little bit, like this. Alright, so I'm not sure I understand this 100%. It says, in order to activate a function, you must be in this setting space. You cannot be passing through. That corresponds to the function that you want to activate. For example, to activate the incinerator, you would need to be at the furnace. Place enough tokens on it to activate it. Each function requires a different number of keycards, and then follow the instructions for that function. Alright, both the airlocks. So I guess you're going to die anyway when you do the airlock, so it's like, who cares? And if you roll a 5 or 6, you happen to survive, so. It says both the airlock and the self-destruct may allow you to kill yourself along with the killer. If that happens, you lose the game even if the killer dies along with you. No victory for self-inflicted destruction. I see. Alright, if any game effects instruct you to remove keycard tokens from the maintenance cards after you've already activated a function, those functions are immediately canceled. Remove any additional tokens associated with them. Alright, they give an example here. Let's read this. Ellen had 4 keycards and was at the bridge. So she placed the keycard tokens on the maintenance card, activating the self-destruct. Following the instructions, she then placed the self-destruct token on the card. She now has this turn and the next to get to an escape pod before the ship explodes. I see. So there are other ones. We have the airlock, we have self-destruct, we have the crusher, and the incinerator up there. And it looks like self-destruct requires 4 keycard tokens, crusher requires 1, incinerator requires 2, airlock requires 3. So that's it for... we have superloader on the back here to read, and I think that's it for USS Konrad. So that would be the location that we're playing today. Even though the superloader starts on the board in the hangar, you can only use it if you find the superloader key item card. If you ever unequip the superloader or lose the key, leave the hangar or the superloader token in your current space and return the superloader item card to its starting place beside the board. In other words, you can't put the superloader in your backpack. Well, duh. Alright, so that's the USS Konrad rules. I'm sure we'll have to reference back to that. We'll read Evomorph real quick and then we'll get going. Start whooping some Evomorph ass, if you know what I'm saying here. Okay, Evomorph. We got 3 finale cards, 3 dark power cards, 1 epic dark power card, and 2 final girl cards. So the 2 final girl cards we have today are Ellen and Jeanette. 2 very, very different health pools. We have Jeanette with 7 health and Ellen with 4. Let's look at some key differences between these two. We need to. There we go. We need to save 4 victims with Jeanette to unlock her ultimate ability, and 6 victims with Ellen. And Ellen only has 4 health. Looks like no-brainer here we go, Jeanette. Which one looks more like the chick from Alien, though? That's what I would go with. Let's flip them over. Some good abilities here, though. 4 time on Ellen is very enticing. Reduce horror by 1. Take a search action card. Heal for 1 and move 1 space. Jeanette, move 1 space. Take the search action card. Take any top item card. Move a space and reduce horror by 1. All right, so Ellen's got the better of the victim bonuses, I think. But let's look at these ultimate abilities. All right, Jeanette, you are considered to have an additional hand for the purposes of holding and using item cards. That makes me wonder if Super Loader requires 3 hands. No, it doesn't. But that's awesome. So Jeanette's got 3 hands. I mean, is she an Evomorph herself? Place 2 tracking markers on this card. When using an item with limited uses, you may use one of these markers instead. Oh, she gets 2 extra action or 2 extra item usages. So with items that have only a certain number of usages, we can use 2 of hers instead if we want to use it like multiple times. It's basically just +2. Then for each additional victim saved, recover 1 health. This is my favorite tune in the playlist. All right, let's look at Ellen's. When successfully resolving a search action card, you may choose to freely look through all of the location's unused item cards instead of that space item deck. What? Let me read that again. I got 0 of that. When successfully resolving a search action card. Okay, so we play a search card, we get success. You may choose to freely look through all of the location's unused item cards. Little confused there. For sure. So I'm not sure what that means. It just says you can freely look through all of the location's unused item cards. So just basically you can just pick what item you want. And then for each additional victim saved, you gain 1 time. That's good. She's good. Ellen's good. They're both good. I'm a little afraid of the 4 health thing. I would assume Evomorph hits pretty hard. So we're not going to choose a final girl right away. I don't think we have to. But let's do the rest of the setup. All right, so looking at the Evomorph setup, we have special setup. Place the evolution card next to the killer board. All right, I think we've done that. We have the evolution card right here. And it says, place the evolution marker next to the hatchling stage on the card. We've done that. So during hatchling, it says only increase bloodlust if the hatchling kills a victim. If bloodlust would increase otherwise, instead lose time. Gotcha. Alright, so then it says shuffle the Evomorphs. Oh, it just says this is the form that the Evomorph begins as. Alright, fair enough. Shuffle the Evomorphs and the chosen location's terror cards together as normal, but only include 8 cards in the terror deck rather than 10. Yikes. Finale's coming out 2 turns quicker, folks. What do we do? Alright, we're going to rip these through the card shuffler real quick. So this is both location terror cards and killer terror cards. We're just shuffling them together. Okay, I think I fucked up because I had them backwards. I'll flip them around. Alright, it says deal 8 instead of 10. Put 8. That's done. What's next? Alright, shuffle the ambush cards. Yo, this is annoying. This thing. I just keep going like this. Shuffle the ambush cards and place them face down next to the terror deck with the youngling side light green showing. Right? We'll just drop shuffle these. There's only 8 of them or something. Okay, 9. Readable, the adult side will be upside down. So that's kind of how he had it. Right? Maybe we should flip them. So we'll have this evolution card up here in this special item location, and then we're going to put the young ambush youngling right there. Alright. What else we got? The Evomorph. Evomorph? The Evomorph starts with only 4 health, but this may increase to 10 later. Bam. Alright. Let's give him 4 health. So, what is that? 3 health tokens and a final health token? Yo, we might just be able to kill him right off the bat with a weak attack. I really have to do something about this mic. I'm wondering about moving it to the other side. I can't keep up moving my head on it like this. It's really going to bother me. I'm going to punch it off. I don't really know how I had it before where I wasn't like hitting my head on it every time. Maybe that's better. Hopefully y'all can still hear me. Is this close enough? Probably not. Alright, I hope that's better. I mean, it's like right in my face. I don't know. I gotta find a better spot for this mic. It's gonna bother the shit out of me. But anyway, All right, we got special rules. This is 2 pages long, so strap in. Evolution. The Evomorph has 3 stages. It starts out as a hatchling, but may evolve into a youngling. And then finally into an adult. The keyword evolve is located in the special effects column of the Evomorph's Bloodlust track. So it'll evolve twice. It'll evolve on its first kill, which is wild. It attacks for 10 as a hatchling. That's insane. That's something I just noticed. Let's look at this killer board real quick. Look how crazy this is. So starting out, it only has 3 health, but it attacks for 10. We can't defend 10 unless we take Jeanette. But it moves for 1, and then when it kills a victim, it immediately evolves into a youngling. It moves for 5 and attacks for 1. And then if it makes it up to here, killing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total victims, it'll evolve again and turn into an adult, which is not good. It will also reveal the minor dark power, or the dark power down here. Then, if it goes any further, I think we're just dead. So moving for 5 is rough. I kind of feel like the end game is better, though. Like, look at this situation. Move for 2 and attack for 3. That's decent. Move for 1 and attack for 10. We won't survive that. We have to stay far away from this thing as a hatchling. I'm just picturing the alien thing from the movie. Oh my god. Disgusting. Yikes. Oh, messing with the focus there. Alright. What's going on? And follow any setup or special rules that you find there. Hatchling. As a hatchling, the Evomorph is very slow but incredibly deadly attack. Attack it at your own peril. Bloodlust will only increase if the hatchling kills a victim itself. Any other bloodlust increases either from a terror cards, event cards, or victims dying in other ways are ignored. Instead, lose time for each victim. For each bloodlust that occurs. Alright, youngling. When the hatchling evolves into a youngling, it immediately vanishes. Okay, there's a vanish token, so we'll know that the thing has disappeared. Says this is discussed in the next section anyway. Additionally, bloodlust may now increase as normal. Adult. When the youngling evolves into an adult, the Evomorph's maximum health goes from 4 to 10, and it immediately recovers all health. Then, reveal the Evomorph's Dark Power card and rotate the ambush deck so that the adult side, dark green, is readable. The youngling side will now be upside down. So, when it evolves into an adult, we will flip that youngling over so that it says adult. Those are the ambush cards, though. Vanishing and ambush cards. Whenever you see the icon, looks like that. You can't see that. It looks like a white vanish. I don't even know what it looks like. But it just says whenever you see this icon, the Evomorph immediately disappears. Oh, it's right there. A little bigger. Disappears into the shadows and vanishes. Ending the killer phase. Remove the killer meeple from the board and place it on the top of the terror deck. Oh, we're probably a little too loud now. We turn the gain up. So I could be further away from the mic. Okay, so I gotta lean back a little bit then, because the mic was hitting my face. Anyone just let me know if I'm too loud if you're out there. Anyway, we'll keep going. While the Evomorph has vanished, you will ignore all steps on the killer phase. Both the killer action and the finale card and drawing terror card. Instead, you will draw an ambush card and follow the side of the card that corresponds to the Evomorph's current stage, either light green for youngling, dark green for adult. Each ambush card has a red danger number found in the upper right corner from 1 to 10. There is a number for the youngling side of the card and a different number for the adult side. The higher the number, the more dangerous the effect. If the ambush deck ever runs out, shuffle the discard pile and build a new deck. All right, the next thing we're going over is scanning. Why am I frozen? This has been happening to me. I've been losing video on this phone. I don't get it. It's really pissing me off though. Let me see if I can fix this real quick. We're back. Dude, what is wrong with that phone? That it keeps doing that. Hopefully we can make it through this stream though. All we need is to kill this alien. Scanning. When playing against the Evomorph, you will have access to the new scan action. Alright, we have those cards over here in the tableau. So scan action has 3 successes. So it says can only be resolved when the Evomorph has vanished. Alright, so that says place the Evomorph in your space. Skip the next killer phase. Remove this card from the game. That's a triple success. We'll activate that. Then we have a double success. Place an X token in your space and reduce the horror. A single success. Place an X token in your space and lose a time. With no successes, you increase horror by 1, lose time, and end your turn. That's a scary one. And I'm assuming that those X tokens mean that the killer can't just like spawn there. Let's see if I'm right. Alright, these cards may only be played while the Evomorph has vanished. When resolving scan, you may be instructed to place an X token in your space. This indicates that you have scanned the area and you know that Evomorph isn't hiding in your space. Certain ambush cards will have the Evomorph appearing out of nowhere, often in your space and immediately attacking. Scanning is a way to protect yourself from being ambushed. Oh. Like I said, a space can only have 1 X token on it, but multiple spaces can have X tokens at the same time. If instructed to place an X token in your space where 1 is already present, ignore it. In the rare instance where you are instructed to place a token and there are none remaining, remove the farthest token from you and use it. Scan cards have an additional success line for when you get 3 successes on a horror roll. This will allow you to ambush the Evomorph instead of the other way around. Really? Oh yeah, because it says place the Evomorph in your space. Skip the next killer phase. Remove this card from the game. That means we can just boom. You know what I'm saying? Just kill him. All right, we're gonna try this. We are using the tier dice like a little baby still, but it's all good. It's all good. We start with these 6 action cards. We do have to choose a final girl still. And I think that's it. They told us to put these 2 key cards over here, so if we pick up a token, let's do the setup. Or we can't do setup until we choose a final girl, right? That wouldn't be fair. Let's go with Jeanette. She has 7 health. She only requires 4 victims to be saved to unlock her ultimate ability. That's just so much better. Like, you have to save 6 victims on Ellen, and she's only got 10 health. I mean... And I think Jeanette's ultimate's even better, isn't it? Yeah, this one was a little wordy, huh? Alright, let's use Jeanette. So we're going with Jeanette for our final girl. Does anyone have any objections to that? I didn't think so. So she's got 7 health. We're going to put 6. And then we'll pull a final health token. We have to do that for the killer too. 2, 4, 6. Okay, we'll leave these health tokens over here. We got the item deck yet. So I think it said to shuffle the rest of the item cards into the item deck. Or do we spread them out? I don't remember. Let's check the USS Konrad. So we place 1 in our inventory with a token on it. It just says shuffle the remaining 3 keycard items with the rest of the item cards and build the item decks as normal. So I don't think we would spread them out. I think we could get really unlucky and just not find keycards. We start with 3. We just don't have 3 tokens. So what I'll do is shuffle these up. And then it's the same normal item deck. So we're going to do 3 piles of 4, yeah? We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we do 10, 11. Oh my god, Superloader Key is visible in the item deck. Who would have thought? And look at this. We have a flamethrower. Some of these weapons are unbelievable. Let's quick take a look at these and see what they do. Remember with Jeanette, we get those 2 extra actions. I mean, that's just massive. If we were to get that flamethrower, we would have 4 uses. Look how much damage it does. It does 3 damage. It's a 2-handed item, obviously. And then it says all damage must be distributed evenly between victims, enemies, and you. Oh, so we take damage too. Yeah, I guess if you're burning the place down. So, flamethrower not as good as we thought. It's a 0 to 1 range though. Next we have the Superloader Key. That is going to be visible on top of the item deck in the mess hall, which sounds thematically right. If you're in the same space as the Superloader, you may take it and equip the Superloader item card. Ooh, we might get a Superloader this game. This is going to be big. I'm telling you. Don't miss it. All right, we also have Vibro Claw. That sounds like a sex toy, but it says whenever you successfully reduce damage from an attack with a reaction card, deal +1 damage to your attacker. So if we retaliate, it retaliate does 2 damage back, right? Here's the retaliate card. It says ignore all and do 2 damage back. So we would actually do 4. That's pretty good. We might take Vibro Claw. We do a lot of retaliating. That's going to be on top of the item deck, visible in the armory, which is thematically on point. Okay, so that's most of the setup. We got the item cards out. We have our 6 starting cards. Let's flip Jeanette back over. We have our 6 health. We need to put some final health tokens. Let's shuffle these. I feel like I'm missing one. Oh, there's one. These are going to get mixed up. Now, the way these final health tokens work is actually my favorite part of the game. So anyone that doesn't really know, you can ask and I'll tell you. But this is going to be your last health token. It either has extra health on the back or it doesn't. So when you take that last bit of damage, you could flip it over, get lucky, have extra health, or you could just be dead. Makes the game super thematic and just fun to play overall. I don't if you saw Series 1, Episode 1, with Hans the Butcher and Laurie at Camp Happy Trails. We ended up killing him twice because we flipped his final health token and he got 3 health back. So we had to kill him again. And I think he's one of the killers with the most health. Alright, we'll put those aside. And we start 6 time. Time's going to go down when we buy action cards. We need to flip setup card yet, so let's go to the location and see where these key card things are going to be, as well as the final girl and the killer too. So our setup card for this game is going to be setup. Born in Flames. Okay, we've got this camera sucks at focusing. Only when it's sectioned off like that, though. I don't know why. All right, we're going to put the setup here. Oh, I think these are flipped backwards. I can't reach. All right, so the final girl starts in the space here. So that's us. We're purple. So this is me. Superloader's here. The killer, which is red, starts in the furnace. He's the little K on the setup card. And then we place victims. So there's 3 in the hangar and 1 adjacent to us. This victim is missing his head. We'll use him. Give him some love. So we got 3 victims there. We have 1 victim there. We have 1 victim there. 1 victim there. 3 victims in the bridge. The bridge is like where you drive the spaceship, yeah? If you've ever seen any sci-fi movies. Oh, and 2 in the armory. So we'll count that total and just make sure we got it right. So it looks like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's wrong? 3 here. 1 here. Oh, 1 here. Very good. Good catch, Pete. All right, and then where we're placing our okay, so it looks like we get 2 keycard tokens. So those 2 keycard tokens are going to be 1 in the junction. And 1 in the storage. So that's what they meant by, like, I was wondering if they started here. They don't start here. We have to place them there. And we have to go into one of these, like, here to either place it there so we can use that shaft, or we can put it on a maintenance card located next to the killer. So I'll show that real quick. We're going to pick up those key cards from those locations and place them on things like the self-destruct, the crusher, the incinerator, or the airlock. Airlock looks the most fun and thematic and just like the movie. So we might try that, but I don't know. So let's get it rolling. We'll flip an event card first to start. The captain. What do you know? All right, the captain. So we're going to use a blue meeple here. Place the special victim meeple on the bridge. This is the captain. While he is at the bridge, it costs 1 less key card to activate the self-destruct. If the captain dies, increase bloodlust by 2. Okay, we got 4 people at the bridge now, including the captain. And we're ready to roll. We're getting started here. Horror level starts at 4. So let's flip. Or let's do a focus. Okay, we roll 2 dice. Try to get that horror level down a little bit so we can get some extra dice rolls. Alright, so we end up with a success and a convert. Weak attack short rest gets pitched for a double success. We reduce horror by 1, gain 2 times, so we go up to 8. And what do we do? End the turn there. Where are the exit spaces? Oh, exit spaces for this location. I'll go over that real quick. If we want to save victims, we have to get them into these escape pods. So those are green spots. We might just do one more walk. Try to see, like, we can't go directly into the hangar because we have to use these normal passageways unless we put a key card here. We could put a key card there now. No, we can't because we're not in a blue settings thing. What am I saying? I just want to see if a couple things work. Ah, very nice. It does work. Alright, so you can actually do survivors. Actually, I don't know if all that stuff's set up yet. We'll wait. So we're going to do a walk here. I didn't roll the dice, did I? Now, if we are going to walk, where do we go? Well, I guess we have to go to Trash Compactor. Then maybe we can search the mess hall. What's in the mess hall? The super loader keys, right? Let's do it. Let's do a walk. Oh, come on. All right, we have a single success and a convert. We could pitch these 2 cards that we have left in our hand to get a double success, move 2 spaces, and bring that victim with us. I think we do it. Let's just do it. Let's go all out this game. So we pitch 2 cards again for a double success. We actually spend 1 time, and we're allowed to move 2 spaces here. So let's move our guy, our final girl. We're going to go 1 space, 2 space, into the mess hall. And then that's the end of our turn. We're out of cards. So we jump into the killer phase. And I don't think anything's really too different about it. We do need to. This is one thing I forgot. We'll shuffle, mix these up, and pick one. And that will be our finale card. And the rest of the cards just get discarded, and then we'll do the same for this. But we're going to remove that Epic Dark Power. Get that out of the game. We're not ready for that. Not our first game. Okay, so we've done that. Now, the killer action is the same across all 3 cards, I think. The starting killer action. So it's just going to be to target. The killer will target the closest victim, move 1 space, and attack for 10. Okay, so closest victim, 1, 2. We have 1. They're way further, so it's going to be 1. They can only move 1. They're definitely cooked, though, those guys. He's going to be attacking for 10. Sorry, I didn't. So let me redo this. So he's going to move for 1. And attack for 10, but nobody in the space, so he can't attack. Okay. And yeah, so when we moved through that trash compactor location, we can't place a key card. I don't think we want to do trash compactor anyway. What about Crusher? So the hangar has the airlock. The incinerator is in the furnace. Oh, and the bridge is in Oh, I see. Activated on the bridge. Incinerator is activated at the furnace, and the crusher is activated at the trash compactor. Airlock is activated at the hangar. So we've done the killer action. We're going to flip our first terror card of the game. Okay, now this says garbage day. All victims adjacent to the trash compactor panic. That's the only victim. That's the victim that's with us. So this victim will panic now. We'll roll a dice. We roll a 2. So the spaces on the location board show you which way he panics. So we have 1 to 5. He's going to go back this way towards the trash compactor. Okay, and then it says everyone at the trash compactor lose 1 health. Bam, he's dead. Bloodlust goes up. Sorry, I don't know why Bloodlust was so high. We moved Bloodlust up 1, and he evolves into... Oh, we don't increase Bloodlust. We just lose time. Wait, we never even bought our cards. We should buy our cards. I'm just doing this really out of order. What a noob. Alright. Let's buy our cards and put the other ones back. So we had 7 times to spend. We didn't lose that time until we reset. So we're going to buy action cards right now. I say we purchase. We're going to purchase some cards. Let's purchase a sprint for 2. That puts us at 5 time. A distraction for 3 is big. Then we have 2 time left. Let's get a search because we're at the mess hall and we want those super loader keys, right? Okay, that's the end of planning phase. Now we already did the killer phase because we did that out of order. So what we're gonna do is we reset the time to 6 and then lose a time from instead of Bloodlust going up. Because the evolution card states only increase Bloodlust if the hatchling kills a victim. If Bloodlust would increase otherwise, instead lose time. So we lost 1 time for that victim dying. And then we have this. Target, final girl, or closest victim, move and attack. So again, he's going to move, attack. Maybe he goes towards where there's more victims. So we'll go into the armory, and he will attack and kill this next victim, which will increase the bloodlust that time because he did kill a victim on his own. So we have him moving for 5 and attacking for 1 and evolving. So we take the evolution card up by the killer board. Upon evolving, he vanishes. So we take this off. Wait, he's in the armory, right? So let's take the vanish token. It's going to be one of these, yeah? I did forget about scan. Scan's going to be important in this game. So those are just X tokens. Where's the vanish token? What, am I missing it or something? Do you get a vanish token? Like, no, we need to look for the Evomorph rules. Oh, it just says remove it and place it on top of the terror deck. So, again, we don't need a token for that. I don't know why I was thinking there was a token. I guess it just looks like a token. Alright, so then he vanishes. Bloodlust now increases normally. So when he kills victims or if a victim dies, then the bloodlust just increases like it normally would. Okay. And then we'll put these cards back in the tableau. It says that the killer phase immediately ends. So we're moving on to panic phase. Do victims still panic if someone was killed? So I think he would still panic, right? So let's roll. It's 1 to 6. He's going to get a 3 and move out here. Sorry, let me redo that. So this victim will panic. We rolled a 3, so he moves here. All right. Next. Upkeep phase. Reveal finale if no terror cards left, and rearrange items. Okay, fair enough. So all we have in hand is a distraction, a sprint, and a search. I think we start off with distraction. If we can get that horror to decrease by 2 and gain 2 time, that's going to be big because we'll be able to roll 3 dice for our sprint. So let's do a distraction. We get nothing. We're not discarding this, so we take a tier. Boo-hoo! All right, we take a tier there. Let's do search. Oh, come on, man. I'm getting those superloader keys. You gotta be kidding me. We get another tier. What was the distraction? Total failure. Decrease the horror by 1. Okay, we'll do that and lose 4 time. So we were down to 1. And then we got a complete miss on a search. So we can sell our sprint for a time to go back up to 2 time. Take the top item card at our space. Increase the horror by 2. And then lose 2 times. So we have no time. We just get our freebie cards back. That's fine. We got the superloader keys. We take the superloader into... Oh, we get the superloader keys. That's what I was looking for. So the superloader actually stays up there, right? Because it's specifically in the hangar. But we now have the keys, and it says if you're in the same space as the superloader, you may take it, equip the superloader item card. That's what I'm talking about. We're gonna smash this dude. All right. All right, moving on. We got no time to spend on the planning phase. So what we do is we get our free cards back. We replace these cards to the tableau, and we reset the time to 6. All right, distraction goes here, search goes here, sprint goes here. Can't believe we sold a sprint. So dumb. All right, and then we're starting the killer phase. So next killer phase, what do we do during the killer phase? We resolve ambush cards, right? Yeah, because we couldn't get a scan or anything, so he could just ambush us right now. Yeah, we're going to get ambushed. So we're going to flip one of these ambush cards. Let's zoom in on the killer, see what happens. We're going to get ambushed. Okay, so this is an 8-level danger. That's pretty bad. Move the bloodlust marker up on the track to the next space with the evolve in the special effect column. Okay, so this guy just instantly turned into an adult. That doesn't seem fair. So it goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I guess we take that horror decrease too, or increase. And then he evolves again, and we reveal a minor dark power. Dark power. Symbiotic camouflage comes out. When revealed, place the Evomorph in the closest space to you with a X token and remove all X tokens. Or in this closest space to you without an X token and remove all X tokens. So I guess you would go in this escape pod space. Sorry, I have to redo that. So I guess he would go here in the escape Escape pod space. And remember, he evolved again, and it says when drawing ambush cards, draw one extra and choose the card with the highest danger. That's so hosed, bro. We have to flip this. This one's gonna get discarded, and then we flip over to an. Oh, come on, man. Why am I doing this wrong? All right, so this card's gonna get discarded, and then we will flip over to the adult side. And he is now an adult. And it says upon evolving, max health increases to 10. So we're going to give him his health. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10. And then it says reveal the dark power and rotate the ambush deck. We already did that. That was quick. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't think it would happen that quick. We didn't even get a chance, really. But maybe they know we have the super loader. That's what I'm talking about, yo. That's what they're scared of, the super loader. I forgot about the captain. So it costs one less key card to self-destruct this game too. What do we think about doing a self-destruct right away? How hard is it? Once activated, place the self-destruct token at the start of the countdown track. During the upkeep phase, move the self-destruct token one space to the right. When it reaches the boom, the ship self-destructs, killing everyone or killing everything. If you are not in a exit space, you lose the game. All right, so that seems like the easiest way to win. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that seems like an extremely easy way to win. We go towards the super loader. Or maybe we have to go through here. Pick up this key card. And then go here. No, we have to get both key cards. It is kind of a rough movement location for this location, isn't it? Let me see if some other stuff works in here. Let's try rules. Yeah, respect the table. No spoilers. Keep it positive. Have fun. Every night is game night. Full rules in the channel description. Gotta love to see it. All right, so we set those up today. Still working on some of the Discord stuff. I would like to have like some survivors and things. Like you could type /death, or let's try that. Because I don't know if I got. So you can see who's dead. Yeah, final girls who didn't make it. Charlie, Geppetto at the Carnival of Blood. She's the only one who died so far. May they rest in cinematic peace. I love it. We could do survivors too. So I set these up earlier today, and I wanted to see if they work. So we have Final Girls Who Survived the Night, Lori, Camp Happy Trails, Selena, Poltergeist at Creek Manor, Adelaide, Inkanyamba at the Sacred Groves, and then Sheila, Dr. Fright, Maple Lane. Not everyone makes it out alive. All right, what are we doing? What's next? I was trying to formulate a plan. Because we have the captain, and it costs one less keycard to activate that self-destruct. So what would we need, really? We would need 3 keycard tokens, and we only start with 1, and then there's kind of like 2 on the way. And if we use 1 as a maintenance shift, then we really... It just seems like a lot of movement. Yeah, we're doing panic phase, yeah? Panic phase. Who died? No one. No upkeep, so we're back to the action phase. Alright, for this action phase, let's get the hell out of there. How's that sound? I'm a bit worried about the horror right now too. So let's do a focus. We're not gonna do both. We're just gonna do one and save the other one. Yo, look at this. You love to see it, dude. I'm telling you, double success. Reduces horror by 1. We get 2 time. All right, now we need that for a walk too, so we can move 2 spaces. Single success and a pitch or a convert. Let's do a convert and save these. Wait, that was another focus. Sorry. Meant to play the walk. So we have a walk, focus, short rest, and weak attack. We're going to pitch a weak attack and a short rest. To make that another double success, we're going to move 2 spaces for 1 time. And we're going to move like this. 1, 2, and we pick up this key card. Okay, and then what we're going to do is actually hold on to these 2 cards. Focus and walk for the next time. We have 7 time to spend here, so let's look at the cards in the tableau and buy some stuff. So what about... it's a little late for scan, is it not? Maybe not. Let's get a scan. No, I don't think it's too early for a scan now. It's too early and also too late for a scan. Well, we know movement's going to be important, so let's take a sprint for 2. That puts us on 5 time. I like distraction for 3, but then we only have 2 left. We could take a guard. And then we will return the other cards to the tableau, meaning the free cards. And then we get to keep the frees from last time. And then our new purchased cards are guard, distraction, and sprint. Okay, that was it for us. We're at the junction. We picked up another key card there that was big. We also have the super loader key. So doing decently. We haven't really saved any victims, though. We should work on saving 4 victims first, I think, and then pick up the other key card. Maybe we'll get one from a search. I don't know. We're going to do killer phase. So target the closest victim, move and attack. We're actually the closest victim right now. Unless the Evomorph can travel through maintenance shafts. But I don't think they can. Rules check. Maybe it's on USS Konrad. Alright, there are 4 maintenance shafts on the board, each with an empty keycard token connected to it. Neither you nor victims can pass through these shafts as long as they are inactive. You are adjacent to an inactive maintenance shaft. You can place an available keycard token on it to activate it, which will allow you to freely travel through it. Important, enemies cannot move through maintenance shafts unless a specific card says otherwise. Alright, that answers my question. Moving on. So if the enemy is going to move for 2 and attack for 2, so then we'll go to the location board. He's going to move 1, 2. And no one to attack, luckily. So what we're going to do is flip a terror card here. And we have Incinerator Malfunction. All victims adjacent to the furnace panic. So it's just this one guy here. So it's just this one guy here. He's going to panic. We'll roll a dice for the panic and see where he moves. Okay, we got a 6. So he's going to panic this way. And then it says roll a die for everyone at the furnace and apply the following. Nothing happened. There's no one at the furnace. So we move on to the next part of the card, which says target the final girl or closest victim, move and attack. So we are going to get chunked here. I am glad we took a guard. So, yeah, move and attack. So, again, he's going to move 1. And then he will attack for 2. So, we will play the reaction card called Guard. We will roll 2 dice. The result is 2 successes. We ignore all damage. So good. So good. Okay, fair enough. Moving on to the panic phase. There were no victims killed. Upkeep phase, nothing really happens, right? Cool. Works for me. We never reset the time though, right? So we start with 6 time and next action phase. All right, we've got some decent cards here. We have a distraction, a sprint, walk, and focus. It would be best to do focus, distraction, and then sprint and walk. All right, so we have a single success there. We get a time back and reduce horror by 1. And then we do a focus. All right, we get a tier. So we'll collect another tier. And lose 2 times. So we're at 5. And then what we're going to do is run. Now, what's the best route to save victims? We should go this way since we have the super loader keys. Let's sprint. No way, dude. Okay, we take another tier. I think we spend a health. Yeah, we take another tier. We spend a health 2 time and end our turn. That hurts. But we are up to 4 tiers, folks. So one more tier, and then we're playing with side A. So 1 tier is to gain a time. 2 tiers, you can spend 2 tiers to reroll 1 die. You can spend 3 tiers to reduce horror by 1. You can spend 4 to reroll any or all dice. And then you can spend 5 tier to have plus 2 dice for horror rolls for the rest of the turn. That's going to be fire. We're going to use that. We don't want to do it now, though, because all we have left is a walk. And we're down to 3 time. Alright, we have a single success, so we spend 1 time to move 1 space. Gets us out of that killer space, which is fair. So we at least... we're not going to avoid the original killer attack. That's what I was hoping. Alright, we have 2 time left. What do we take? Probably guard. Guard's going to be important, and that's all we can take besides the freebies. So we get our freebies back. And then we place these back in the tableau. So we have walk, we have sprint, we have focus, distraction, and the guard goes back. Alright, we're entering killer phase. So target the closest victim, move and attack. So closest victim is actually here. Final girl's not part of that equation. So move 1, and then we have an attack. Wait, should we have him go this way? We can go this way, right? Ambiguity. So he'll kill. Will increase bloodlust. Yeah, and I think that's it. So we flip a terror card next. If the Evomorph is a hatchling, discard and draw the next horror card, terror card. Otherwise, he's going to vanish. Okay, so we have ambushes coming in. So it would have been better to get scans. I always forget about the special action cards. I suck. Okay, immediately draw the next ambush card. We're cooked here. We might have to redo this. All right, this is a level 5. We flip 2 now because of the ambush card. And we pick the one that's worse. Okay, this one gives us 2 times, so they're not going to give us that. All right, so this gets... Wow, we really need a discard spot. We don't have enough space for this stuff. But this is the one we're resolving, and it says place the Evomorph in the closest space to you without an X and remove all X's. All right, so we're getting ambushed here. Yeah, but he's not attacking, which is important. So he goes back on the board in our space. And there weren't any X's, so we just don't do anything about that. We have panic phase. No victims died, right? Wait. Yes, this victim died, so we panic this victim now that he's there. Alright, he got a 5, so 3 to 6 goes into this room. So he panics over there, and then it's just me and the killer. Alright, again, I think we should go in that hangar space, maybe save a couple victims, maybe get that superloader keys out, man. Take that superloader, start fucking him up. That's what I'm saying. And we're definitely going to try to get one more tier so that we can get +2 dice for all the horror rolls. And we'll pick up like a big damage card and we'll improve that damage with the superloader. I dig it. All right, moving on. Let's do... We kept that guard. That's really lucky. We could do weak attack right now. Just to try it, right? And maybe we get our 5th tier from this. No, we get a damage. So, boop. Did a damage. Plucking away. Alright, all we have is guard, short rest, focus, and walk. Let's do focus. You wouldn't even believe these horror rolls. We're going to take a single success. We'll reduce horror by 1 and spend a time. And then we're going to walk. Okay, we're going to spend a time to move 1 space. And now we're safe because we have the superloader. So if you are in the same space as the superloader, you may take and equip the superloader item. Superloader! Alright, superloader's big. I'm telling you. Alright, when you have the superloader equipped, victims will not follow you. Reduce all movement by 1 to a minimum of 1. Reduce all damage taken by 1 to a minimum of 1. You cannot play short/long rest or search. So good. Yo, we could walk around like in this superloader like you know, and just fuck them up. Just like in the movie. Okay, we'll hold on to short rest and weak attack or guard. Sorry. Moving on, killer phase. Or no, planning phase, sorry. We got 4 time left. Let's do it. What do we want to do? Maybe we should have placed a key card. Where are we at? Airlock? Yeah, we should have placed at least one. What do we need to spend? Doesn't it cost time to place these key cards? Oh, we had to spend time to pick it up. We cheated. But it doesn't cost time to place it. So we'll just spend it. No, we're not going to do that. Let's just place it. We might have to redo this the way this is going. Actually, what am I talking about, dude? We have a super loader. We are going to place one before we go. So this goes on the airlock. Alright, we have one keycard token on the airlock. So what happens to this? Nothing. We just set that aside now. So now we have the superloader keys and one keycard. Alright, planning phase. We're left with 4 time. Let's buy some cards. Let's take... we don't need retaliate. We're only taking 1 damage at a time right now. So we can get a furious strike or something. We might even sell short rest and guard because we just don't need these 2 cards. We're going to sell them. We're going to sell these 2 cards for time. We're going to pick up a critical blow for 6. And that's all of our time. And then we take our freebies, which are walk and focus. Remember, our movement is reduced to 1 and our damage is reduced to 1. That's why we're feeling strong, buddy. My feet are strong, Joe Rogan. Alright. So we have critical blow, walk, and focus. Killer phase. Target the closest victim, move, and attack. Okay. Important here. Closest victim, gonna move, attack for 3. Now, it just kills a victim, right? Bloodlust goes up, horror goes up. Then we flip a terror card, yeah? If the Evomorph is a hatchling, discard and draw the next terror card. Otherwise, he vanishes. Oh! Immediately draw the next ambush card. So he's going to vanish. Damn, he keeps doing this. And remember, we draw +1, so we pick the worst of the 2. All right, this one's 10, so we're good. We finally got something we can do. So what happens here? We draw 2 and pick the worst one. Then we have place the Evomorph in the closest space to you without an X token. So that's going to be in our space. We're getting ambushed. And then he has attack twice. So he does 1 damage. It's supposed to be 3 damage, but we have the super loader. So he does 1 damage to us twice. So we take 2 health away. And then, yeah, these cards are discarded. We're going through the whole ambush deck pretty quick. Okay, that's the end of the killer phase, so all 3 victims will panic. Let's roll 3 dice. No way, dude. Why can't we get those rolls? Like, we're getting triple stars on panics? Come on. Alright, so all victims panic the same direction. If there is a direction. Okay, so they do. They panic to the exit, which is actually decent. We're about to get our ultimate in 1 shot here. Oh, we never put these cards back. Let's put those back. Guard, short rest, walk, focus, weak attack. All right, yeah, so that was actually really helpful. What we're going to do next is Put one of these dice back because we don't get 3. And we just need to walk. We could focus, but it's just not going to happen because he increased that horror again, so that kind of sucks. We could spend 3 tiers to reduce it, then do a focus. That actually seems big. That sounds like a huge play. We're going to do that. We're going to spend 3 tiers, reduce the horror by 1, play a focus. We got... Oh, come on, man. Alright, I'm going to re-roll this. Fuck this game. That's what I'm talking about. That's more like it, right? Alright, 2 successes. So we reduce horror by 1. We get 2 time back. And then we have critical blow here. And we're rolling 3 dice. So we do critical blow first. Get our 3rd dice. Oh. Come on, man. Yeah, we're definitely going to replay this game. Look at these rolls. Once you start doing it, it's just not going to work. 2 damage. See, we have to end our turn with a single success. So it's just not even worth it. Like, I wanted to hit him like that, right? Because we'll do 3, 4, 5 damage. We're definitely going to replay this one because we're cheating. So we do 5 damage that way. I'm trying to get used to this map. I've never had the super loader keys. We should place a key card while we're here on the airlock. So that we're 1 away and we can open that thing and kill him. And then we're going to do a walk. You gotta be shitting me. Alright, 1 space for 1 time. We saved 3 victims. We're on an escape pod. We reduce horror by 1. We move 1 space, so let's go back. And then we have take any top item card. We could take mess hall since we don't know what it is. What about... Yeah, any of the other weapons wouldn't really be helpful because we have the super loader equipped. So we took the top item card. Because we can't search. So we get remote beacon. Spend 2 time to place a beacon token on your space. On any space up to 3 spaces from you, whenever the killer must choose a target, they will choose the beacon instead. Discard the beacon token when the killer enters the space where it is located. Alright, let's put that beacon in our backpack. Alright, we have a planning phase to do right now. So we're buying action cards. We get these ones for free. What we could do is move and open the airlock while we're in the hangar, and that's like the most thematic win possible. So what we're going to do is take these free cards, buy a sprint for 2, and a furious strike for 4, and a close call for 1. Okay, then we're down. We reset the time to 6. We replace these cards. So we have walk, critical blow goes back, focus. Killer phase. Target the closest victim, move and attack. So he's going to go here and then attack. Wait, he moves for how much? 1, 2, 3, and then kills that. Victim, bloodlust goes up. Well, there goes the airlock plan. We reveal a terror card. Oh, sideswipe. Minor dark power. Get an extra health. Whenever the Evomorph vanishes, perform the following killer action before it disappears. Target the final girl or closest victim and attack. Put 3 extra health tokens on Evomorph, so he's back up to 7 health. That's painful. We ended up getting Furious Strike, though, so we could do 4 damage, get rid of that. Weak attack, and kill him. We just can't get to him. We can only move 1 space. No panic. No upkeep, right? So, what do we do? I mean, we have the superloader equipped. Oh, we want to put the remote beacon here so that he comes there and then we open the airlock. We just don't have a key card. And it would be near impossible to get a key card, right? How do we lure him to the hangar? Let's try a walk. We can only move 1 space anyway. We're rolling 3 dice. Alright, we got a single success. That's enough. We spend a time. We move 1 space to the hangar. Let's spend 2 time to place our beacon. And I think we just place it in the hangar. It says up to 3 spaces from you, but we're going to place it in the hangar there so that anytime we discard the beacon when the killer enters the space where the beacon is located. But we spend 2 time to place the beacon in the hangar so that we lure him to the hangar and then hopefully we can open the airlock somehow. I'd love to get a free key card so we could do airlock because we have 2 key cards on the airlock. 1 more and we open that hangar airlock, and if we're in the superloader, we're safe. It's just like the movie. So I don't really know what else we could do with our turn. We could do a short rest. Oh, we can't use short rest or search while we have the superloader equipped. Can we unequip the superloader? Let's unequip the superloader. Let's do some movement. Let's sprint. Alright, we have a single success and 2 converts. We pitch short rest. Short rest and focus. Close call and focus gets discarded. So close call and focus get discarded. Then we can move up to 3 spaces for a time. So we go down another time. We move 1, 2, 3. And we're going to do a Furious Strike now. So no! We can pitch short rest and weak attack to do 1 damage, which would actually, yeah, it's only 1 damage. Yikes. Oh man, what do we do here? We just re-roll it. Single success and converts better. Alright, we pitched to get that. That's 2 damage off the minor dark power. Reduce horror by 1, giving us a time. Alright, that's the end of the action phase. So we have the prep phase, which is when we reduced horror by 1, we would have gained a time. So we're at 3 time. So let's pick up a sprint. And a close call for 3. And then the 2 free cards, which are walk and focus, I hope. Yeah, walk and focus. These will go back. Furious Strike will go back. weak attack, short rest, sprint, close call, focus, and walk. Okay. Killer action. So target the closest victim, move, and attack. I'm gonna go here. Kill a victim. So this goes up and horror goes down by 2. Geez, that hurts. We're down to 2 dice. Alright, we're flipping a tarot card. Remember, there was only 8. Game over, man. Game over. If there are no victims on the board, discard this card and draw the next tarot card. Otherwise, increase horror by 1. Target the closest victim. Move and attack. Increase horror by 1. Move and attack. Okay, we're at the top. We lose 2 time, so we're at 4, and then we draw the next tarot card. Actually, not yet, right? Because that's the next time that Bloodlust goes up. Okay, so then we panic these 2 victims, right? All right, 3 and 4. So 3. They both panic off the bridge right into my space. We could get our ultimate here. Am I at junction? No, I'm here. I'm here with them. All right, no upkeep. Let's do a sprint. Oh, wait a minute. We have the beacon. None of that happened. Sorry. Reverse, reverse. Target the closest victim, move and attack. We discard the beacon. Wait, that would have happened here. Okay. Yeah, I think we're in better shape than we thought. So let's do a sprint. None of that victim killing and panicking happened. Maybe let's start with... No, focus is out of reach. Let's do a sprint. Single success and a tier. We can move 2 spaces for a time. Let's do that. Let's do a walk. We need 1 space. Okay, we get a tier. We spend both tiers to reroll a die. And it proves so useless. Wait, we don't spend 2 tiers to reroll a die. We actually use a close call. We spend 2 time to reroll both dice. We get the single success. We move. We equip the super loader again. Now, we never got that key card. So how do we kill him? I guess we have to do sheer damage. So let's sell focus for a time to get Furious Strike. Take our free cards, reset the time to 6. Focus goes back, close call goes back, walk, and sprint go back. Beacon's discarded because he entered the space. And then we do killer phase, so target the closest victim. It's just going to keep running away. That sucks. We'll have him target that victim this time. They're both the same amount of spaces away. There are more victims there, so I think it's fair that he goes there. Let's just go get the key card. That's what we need, right? Or do we just kill him? I'm so conflicted. Come on, we gotta wrap this up. I think we get the key card. We try to save a victim. There's no point in equipping that super loader. So we have to unequip the super loader. As long as we have the keys, though, we're good. Actually, what do we have? Just a walk? Maybe we hold on to the super loader. And if we need to drop it, we drop it somewhere like Junction. Let's flip a tarot card, see what happens. Alright, catastrophic hull breach. Target the final girl or closest victim, move and attack. That's painful. The farthest exit from you has a hull breach. Place the skull token there. Anyone, victims, enemies, you that is in or enters that space is instantly killed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's going to be this space. We place the skull token. If they come back to life, place them on junction. Alright, let's flip an event. Cluttered shafts. While moving, you may move through an inactive maintenance shaft. At the cost of health, victims cannot follow you if you move in this manner. That's actually massive. Because we can go like that and go back this way. But we have the super loader equipped, yeah? Can we bring the super loader through the maintenance shaft? At the cost of health, we can move through a maintenance shaft. While moving, though, it says, so we do have to successfully roll on a move. Let's unequip the super loader. Let's do a walk. We pitch 2 cards. Focus and weak attack. To move 1 space, we spend a health and we go through the maintenance shaft. Then we play short rest. And we get a double success, so we get 2 health back. That's pretty good. Alright, then we have planning phase. So we didn't spend any time there. Yeah, we should have spent 1 time, so we would have 5 right now. Let's get sprint. Let's get 2 sprints and a close call. And then we have 2 sprints, close call, walk, focus, and Furious Strike. That's actually good. Alright, short rest goes back in the tableau, along with walk, focus, and weak attack. We left the super loader there. We're on to the killer phase. We reset the time to 6. Killer's going to target the closest victim, move, and attack, so he kills 1 here. Bloodlust goes up. We flip the last and final terror card. Okay, roll a die to determine which maintenance shafts leak toxic gas. Okay. It's going to be 2, so lower left and right. So these 2 are leaking toxic gas. Everyone in a space adjacent to an affected maintenance shaft receives a damage. So the victim we were trying to save dies. Bloodlust goes up. We lose 2 time. Discard the next terror card. We're out of terror cards. We reveal the finale. This is getting pretty bad. Blitz of Death. These guys are also adjacent, so they die. And then an event happens. Emergency override. The incinerator, airlock, and self-destruct all require 1 less to activate. Okay, if we can get back to that space, we're good. We can basically do that, right? It's just me and the killer now. No panic phase, no upkeep. Let's do a walk. We discard 2 cards. Close Call and Focus. And we spend a health to move through the maintenance shaft from cluttered shafts. Okay. Now we just need them to come to us. We're going to hold on to these 3 cards. We're going to equip our super loader. And if he gets there, we activate the airlock and we win the game just like the movie. You love to see it. All right, we do killer phase. So we have target the final girl, closest victim, move and attack. He's moving for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then he will attack us for 4, but we reduce the damage to a minimum of 1, right? And then he moves and attacks again. So he does 1 more damage. So we're rolling an extra die, which is decent. Then what we do is panic phase, no upkeep phase. Let's do Furious Strike. Or do we just activate? We activate the airlock. So now that they require 1 less maintenance, we activate our airlock and we just blew them out of the airlock and won the game. That's what I'm talking about, folks. Just like Alien the movie, we did it. You love to see it. Great games. Everyone enjoy the rest of your day. This was Final Girl Evomorph. We might play this one again, depending.